Every hello is a chance for you to lighten someone's day up. And every goodbye is a chance for you to leave someone better than you found them. Today, I want to talk about the importance of saying hello in a conversation and saying goodbye and how you leave that conversation. So many people, when they interact with another human being, it's so bland and it's so mundane, and it's so easy to fall into this trap. You see someone, hey, how are ya? Hey mate, how's things? Yeah, same. There's no energy, there's no passion. And it's easy to be like that. It's very, very easy to just fall into the trap of, hey, how are ya? Hey, blah, blah, blah. Very, very basic, very neutral, and it doesn't mean much. But every single time you have that interaction with another human being, you have the opportunity to lighten their day up. So why wouldn't you? Doesn't matter whether it's someone you've met for the first time, someone you haven't seen in a long time, or even somebody you don't necessarily like. Why wouldn't you take that opportunity to be a force for good? Hey, how are you, man? I haven't seen you in forever. That's fantastic. It's so good to see you. I miss you. Why wouldn't you take that opportunity to do that? Because it's hard. And doing hard things isn't easy. But the big thing for me is the goodbye. It's easy to also have, a strong and positive hello. But the harder thing to do is your goodbye. Especially when a conversation is potentially like a very direct, constructive conversation. If it's a negative conversation, the one that you didn't want to be part of, or maybe it's an argument with, your loved ones, whether that be family, wife, husband, whatever. Don't leave that conversation or that interaction on a negative note. And what I mean by that is, maybe you just caught up with a friend and, you've just finished lunch and you say, all right, man, see you next time. Give him a gentle hug and you walk away. And while there's nothing wrong with that, that doesn't have a lot of passion and energy and love behind it. It's just basic. And if people mean something to you, why would you want to leave them with a basic goodbye? And this is especially important when you're having a negative conversation with someone. Far too many times in my past, I've slammed doors and carried on and, being a negative person and left conversations in very, very negative ways. And I look back on those times with regret, because what if that was the last goodbye that I gave to someone? What if you have an argument with your partner or a family member or whatever it might be, and for whatever reason, that is the last interaction you have with that person? And I think in the world of technology, of phones and social media, we take for granted the fact that we'll always be in contact with someone again. But the reality is you won't. Someone might never talk to you again. Things might change. They might move overseas. You might move overseas. Or worse yet, they might pass away. And you don't want that last interaction that you had with them to be a negative one that's filled with hate and rage. And I know it's hard and I know it's difficult to say goodbye to someone when you are not in a good headspace, but just always remember, what if this was my last goodbye? For whatever reason, what do you want that goodbye to look like? For me, what I want that goodbye to look like is I want to let that person know that I love them. I want them to know that I care for them. Even if I'm frustrated, even if I'm upset, I want them to know that I care. So next time you catch up with someone, or even you just walk into work on a Monday morning, I want you to think about, what do my hellos look like? And what do my goodbyes look like? Because they're more important than you think.